Hello and welcome back to Turf Moorhouse TV. It is deadline day, and we did promise you that we would be back with a 2-hour deadline, shall we say. Hope you're well. Hope your day's been filled with the players that you want for the clubs that you support. However, being a Burnley fan, it's been a little bit frustrating. Promised a busy window, not really delivered. We've had Wout Weghorst, and that's about it so far, but there is rumoured links to one player, which I'm sure we'll talk about just a little bit later on. As I say, if you are new around here, please do subscribe to the channel. It really does mean a lot. It does help the channel grow. As I say, you can find us on all social media at Turf Moorhouse on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. And also, we're available on podcasts, as you can see just below my first chin. I mean, there's a couple under there anyway. But yeah, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Spotify. You can check us out on there. So, how's things been for your club? Let us know in the comments how it's been going for your sides. I mean, it's been a very strange window, hasn't it? I don't really know what to say. The winter window is always a bit of a funny one, but it's been pretty quiet. I mean, I don't think I've moved from this seat much today. In fact, I know I've not moved much from this seat, and it's been absolute nightmare for Burnley, as I say. We'll take a couple of your comments. The Blue Podcast, sending some love. Thank you very much. The Missus, she's always there, always sharing the love. Chris, hi, I hope you're well. I'm all right. I'm not too bad. A little bit frustrated because we haven't really brought in a midfielder. Obviously, the Orsic deal didn't happen due to, let's just say, fan power, shall we say, in Zagreb. But yeah, we got Weghorst over the line this morning, and it's been quiet ever since, which has been absolutely poor. As you say as well, Chris, Weghorst looks a good replacement for Wood. Yeah, that's what it is, though. That's all it is. Which is extremely frustrating. Derek says, nice signing, Dan. Yeah, it is, as I say, a very nice signing. However, he's only filled a void. We've not really brought anybody into strength, and we should have had an extra 2 or 3 players in, as well as Weghorst. If you look at it this way, if Chris Wood hadn't have left, we technically have gone through this window without making a signing, which is sort of embarrassing, especially when apparently we wanted 2 or 3 players before the January window opened, and we've left it till the final day, and clearly going to be a bit of a kick in the arse if it gets to 11 o'clock and we've not done anything about it. Chris also says, same with me as a Carlisle fan. I mean, yeah, how do you feel? How do you think your window's been, Chris? Let us know. Because, to be honest, I've not really been keeping an eye on the League One and League Two transfer bit. So, yeah, do let us know your thoughts on that. I mean, let's have a look at some of the deals that have happened. I mean, the first one this morning that everyone was obviously shouting about was Christian Eriksen. It's brilliant to see him back playing football as well. Obviously, with the rules in Italy, it's a bit difficult to obviously play over there with a fitted pacemaker. But what a signing for Brentford. What an inspirational signing. I mean, that's the sort of signing that will make them stronger as a team. I know he's been out of football for 7 months, but he's been keeping himself fit, training with Ajax, so that should be extremely interesting. The second one, a lot of people spoke about this man, Donnie Van Der Beek, and to be honest, he didn't get a fair crack of the whip at Manchester United, has he? So this could be his chance. You know, a loan move to Everton, who've obviously at the moment look like they're going to confirm Dele Alli coming in as well. And they've also announced the manager, Frank Lampard, as well today. So interesting times at Goodison Park at this moment, but can Donny take his chance with both hands? Then we saw Liverpool making the signing of Luis Diaz. I mean, Liverpool going forward have already got quite a strong setup, haven't they? They've got 7 forwards there, and that's from the top, you know, Firmino down all the way down to Origi. So Luis Diaz is going to be an excellent addition. Obviously, when the players come back from AFCON as well, he's also just going to slot into that system perfectly. Now, to talk about relegation rivals, obviously Bruno Guimaraes from Lyon was a really good signing for Newcastle. Was rumoured to be going to Arsenal, and even in the video you can see Newcastle sort of taking a little bit of a pop dig at Arsenal as well in their announcing the signing. But yeah, a brilliant acquisition in midfield for them. Will really strengthen them in that aspect, because who've they got really? I mean, Almiron's not really been ripping it up in the centre of the park. Jeff Hendrick's rumoured to go into QPR now, even though he was meant to be going to Middlesbrough. So, yeah, apart from the Longstaff brothers, it's pretty bleak in that midfield. So Guimaraes will slot in nicely. And I couldn't not do it, could I? I could not include the big man, the 6'6" man mountain that is Wout Weghorst. What an inspirational signing for Burnley. I mean, Newcastle obviously thought they'd, you know, weakened us by signing Chris Wood, and for half the amount of money, we've managed to bring in someone a lot taller, someone with better ability at his feet, and hopefully will prove himself in the Premier League. But that is to be desired as of yet. Obviously, we've got a big game coming up against Watford at the weekend, which is an absolute massive one. Obviously, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. It's a 6-pointer game. We need to win. But yeah, this window, I'm a bit annoyed with Burnley. I'll say that. I'll say that for now. Chris has said we are in desperate need of a proven goal scorer. That's our weakness. Fair point. Fair point. I mean, who have you got up top at Carlisle? Who have you got up top at the moment? Let us know. As I say, guys, let us know your thoughts on what your club has done in this window as well. Do get them in. We will get those comments up on screen. We will chinwag about them. Let's take a look at what's been happening on deadline day. Obviously, you've got a feel for Jesse Lingard, haven't you? I mean, we will be getting a Man United fan coming in at some point to give us their input on it and talk to us about it. We'll be getting potentially a Leicester fan coming in to see how they, basically how their window, which is a bit like ours, hasn't been existent. It's been a lot of loans going out to a lot of youth players going out to other clubs. Breaking news just coming in that, as I said in the build-up of all those players there that I mentioned, Newcastle midfielder Jeff Hendrick is set to join promotion-chasing QPR on loan for the rest of the season. So he's not leaving Newcastle permanently, just on loan, and we'll see how that goes. But he was meant to be going to Middlesbrough, which, to be fair, is not far from Newcastle, is it? However, obviously, London is his favoured destination. So Jeff Hendrick, former Burnley player as well, obviously set to join QPR on loan. I mean, what's your thoughts on the Aubameyang situation? An extremely strange one, wasn't it? I mean, he's literally done a Peter Odom-Wingy, hasn't he? He's got up this morning and thought, you know what? I'm going to sort of move out. I'm going to get something sorted for myself. And he's got up off his own back, jumped on a plane. He's over in Barcelona. But it seems that they're managing to get a deal done now. And Aubameyang is going to get the move that he wants. You do fear for Arsenal. You do have to fear for Arsenal. They've not strengthened. They've not put any, they're going to make money on the fact that Aubameyang goes, because the wages that he was on, that's an extra, probably 26 million to them. So you do fear for Arsenal, though, because they have not strengthened with it. They really haven't, and it's worrying times for them. I'm worried about the teams around us. Obviously, of course, I am. The fact that I'll speak a bit about Burnley, to be honest, and I look at it in this sense. Watford have made 4 signings in this winter window. Newcastle have had a number of additions as well. Everton, obviously, they've shored up their midfield with Dele Alli and Donnie Van Der Beek. We've signed one player. And as I said, he's filling the void made by Chris Wood. Other than that, we've not done anything. It makes me beg the question in a sense, because I think in this window we were set to receive the 6.5 million from Norwich for Ben Gibson. We obviously got the 25 million from Newcastle for Chris Wood, and in the summer we spent nigh on 30 million. And is that, for me, wasn't money from the board? If anything, that was the 30 million we got a couple of seasons back now when we lost Michael Keane for 30 million. I think that's where that money came from, to be quite honest with you. So have we actually seen any money come from anybody in the club? That's the question. That's the question I'd love to know. So as I say, if you are in the chat, do let us know your predictions as well, what you think. There is still, as I say, just under 2 hours of the window left. And it gets interesting at this time, doesn't it? Because obviously the Scottish window's open till midnight, but sod that. We're all about, obviously, the English window. And it's been a very, very strange window. It always is. It always is in the winter window. I'll tell you a team that has surprised me in this window, however, Bournemouth. I mean, every player they've signed, they were players that Burnley were linked with. Kiefer Moore they've brought in. We've been talking about Nat Phillips for a couple of seasons now. They've brought him in on loan. We wanted Ryan Christie in the summer from Celtic, and he ended up going to Bournemouth instead. So, yeah, Bournemouth have strengthened in numbers, and I think they've also just announced the signing of Sirike Dembele from Peterborough as well. So Bournemouth in the playoff hunt in the Championship are also doing some bits. Let's have a look and see what else is being said. Let's see what the latest is with any news regarding any Burnley incomings. Don't hold your breath, people. Do not hold your breath, because I certainly don't. It's probably going to look bleak. The fact that the page is taking a while to load, I'm hoping that means it's because there's a lot of information. But yeah, basically, we were told yesterday as a fan base that what the journalists have been told is that Burnley are hoping for a busy day today. And well, let's just say if they have the day off tomorrow, it's because they've clearly been very, very busy, and it is difficult. It is difficult. The position we're in, I can understand why people aren't wanting to come. However, we've got the money to bring these players in. It comes to something when Aaron Ramsey, who we wanted, has said no to us and is going to Rangers. It's so infuriating. I could get really riled up about it, but I'm not going to. It doesn't seem like there's been much movement. As I say, there is one rumour at the moment, which is Ross Barkley on loan. However, whether that pays off is a completely different subject. There's nothing really on it. People saying, is Roberto Carlos still available for a $5 on eBay? Unfortunately, he's not. Even he's got his move to some Sunday League side. So that's another one that we can't even get. We can't even get a retiring Roberto Carlos. It's cracky. Absolute cracky. Let's have a look at some of the deadline day deals. At the moment, it seems there is no deal for Kieran Clark on the table. He's turned down a loan move to Middlesbrough. It seems that people at Newcastle, Jeff Hendrick and Kieran Clark, have both snubbed Borough. So where will Kieran Clark end up before this window? Swindon have signed a defender, Joe Tomlinson from Peterborough. Tomlinson is Swindon's 6th and final signing from what we've seen here of the January transfer window. And the Aubameyang to Barcelona deal has been agreed. It says that one is just a case of crossing the dots and or crossing the dots, signing the T's, however the saying goes. And Hull, Brentford forward Marcus Forss is moving on loan to Hull until the end of the season as well. It says that the 22-year-old has scored 8 goals in 53 appearances for Brentford, and it's dried up front for Hull, I think. Marley, is it not Marley Watkins? Got what he's called now. They're a player that will link with us in the summer, and he's clearly not going to get his move. Spurs have been doing some late business as well, haven't they? They've done the signing of Rodrigo Bentancur, however you pronounce that, and Dejan Kulusevski. Wow, that one more easier than the other one. However, as I say, there's not been much for us. Chris says Luis Alessandro, Amari Patrick, Sam Fishburne are our current forwards. They're okay, but need proven goal scorer to help them out. Not fair shout, Chris. Absolute fair shout. And Joel Senior has been starting for us at right back. Looks class. I love him already. I told you he'll be decent. Former Burnley youth man. And yeah, hopefully he does well for you and kicks on, because it's always a risk when you're bringing a player from the youth, from a non-league club, and obviously hope that it pays off. So as I say, fingers crossed. We will be getting some people in. People will be coming in dribs and drabs, and we will be talking to them about their club's business. So do sit tight. As I say, get your comments in. Let's have a chat. Let's have banter. This is deadline day. Let's have some fun, because it can be absolutely painful and excruciating at times with the signings that are linked and moving around. However, it can go dead quiet within a matter of seconds. No update in terms of transfers just yet. Wow, I say that Newcastle United midfield. It seems Newcastle are also shipping a few players out on loan as well. Newcastle United midfielder Matty Longstaff is close to joining Mansfield Town on loan. The 21-year-old spent the first half of the season on loan at Aberdeen. However, he's now set to join Mansfield Town on loan. So, guys, as I say, do get your comments in. Make sure you have hit that subscribe button. Always does mean a lot if you do. And please do check us out on all our socials. We are going to, as I say, get people in and chat about this window. It's been interesting to say the least, put it that way. But yeah, who do you guys want your club to sign before the deadline gong goes off at 11 p.m? Let us know. Let us know. Put your comments in. If you don't want to be put on screen, just say I don't want it to be put on screen in the comment. It's not a problem. However, as I say, we will try and get and interact with you as much as possible, and it will be an absolute blast if you can. So, I mean, how do you see this going at the bottom end of the table? Let's talk Premier League for a moment. The top end of the table seems dead cert, doesn't it? It's Man City's to lose. However, none of us are going to see Man City losing that. It just doesn't look like it's going to happen. The bottom end of the table this year is the pinnacle, really, for this season. You've got Burnley in there. You've got Watford. You've got Newcastle. Don't rule out Brentford, Everton. I mean, there's a couple of teams that have pushed themselves away. Norwich are in there. You know, a lot of people writing Norwich off at the beginning, myself included, starting to put a bit of a run together. However, I hope that ends, as I say, and I hope we can put an end to Watford as well and get some points on the board. A second win on the board on Saturday, I hope, after only getting 3 points against Brentford all season. So, I mean, we're pretty much at that halfway point now of the season as well, aren't we? So there's a lot of players that will be wanting to get moves, to get obviously the name in in the limelight for the Winter World Cup. Do you think there's going to be some obscure additions to some squads? As I say, let us know. Let us know. Keep us posted on what your thoughts are, guys. Chris says, I expect Norwich to still go down. Yeah, I hope so. I hope so. And says, I can't predict others now. He also says, our owners and board are main problem at Carlisle. Never want to invest, always freeze and loans. Been relegated from League One since 2014. Ouch. As you say, I mean, I remember in the late 90s when I started going on the games a bit regular. I was only born in 91, so don't shoot me. I haven't left it a while. Towards the late 90s, I was going on. And, we were playing the teams like Boston United. As you say, Carlisle were probably in and about that as well. Gillingham, Barnet, potentially as well. I mean, all these teams that now you just see sort of, especially teams like Boston United, Hereford, another team as well. Darlington, no longer a functioning club. So it's it's strange how time flies and how clubs go. Chris says, I still worry for you lot, despite Weghorst signing. Yeah, same. Him signing at 11 o'clock this morning gave us a sense of optimism. We was all a case of, right, this is fine. Let's keep this going. We're expecting to be busy. And we announced it a minute to 11. And it's been bugger all since. Absolutely sod all since. As I say, it's really, really infuriating. And hopefully we can get some people in. It's needed. It's needed big time. Let's have a look. Respond to a couple of messages. Good news for Burnley as well. Maxwell Courtney will be back. He's coming back as well tomorrow. He should be due back to train with the team, and that's a good sign as well. Having Courtney back, luckily, as unfortunate as it were that Ivory Coast got knocked out of AFCON, from a Burnley perspective, it's an absolute godsend. So for Maxwell Courtney to be back at the turf is going to be brilliant. Him and Weghorst could be the difference to staying up or going down. Let's have a look what people are saying. There's a couple of people inboxing on Twitter. Just entertain them a moment. As I say, it is a very, very difficult window, the winter window. But it does ramp up around these hours, doesn't it? There's always that one random one that everyone's waiting for. That's what we want. I'm literally still hanging on bated breath that we will bring in a midfielder before the window has ended. It's a big ask, but we will see what happens. Huddersfield have brought a former player back as well 1 minute ago. They've announced the return of Karel Ayating, who's rejoined for a second spell at the club. He joins after departing Belgium side Genk. So he's obviously having a second stab in Yorkshire. Watford midfielder Domingos Quina has joined Barnsley on loan as well. His current loan deal at Fulham is set to be terminated. And obviously that deal, they say, will complete the business done by Watford. Apparently, Aaron Ramsey has arrived at Ibrox. There is pictures of him in his suit looking all dapper. Yeah, I mean, if that's what he wants to do, if he wants to go up to Scotland, then, yeah, go for it. Your loss. You could have been a Premier League player. However, You chose wrong, my friend. You chose wrong. Let's see. It seems the Dele Alli move is getting closer to be confirmed. Lampard being the massive key there. I mean, what do you guys think about Lampard being appointed the Everton manager? I thought that were a bit strange for me. I mean, he took what? He took Derby from 6th to, let me think about 6th. And he took Chelsea from 4th to 5th. And somehow still manages to get Premier League managerial jobs. Not that he's a bad manager. However, didn't get a fair crack of the whip at Chelsea. With Derby, I think if it had the same mentality as Wayne Rooney has, in terms of, I've got a project to finish, and didn't run before he could walk. However, it's Frank Lampard. He's a name, isn't it? That's what everyone's. That's pretty much what everyone's going for. Chris says, apparently we're still plugging it away and leaving it late to get someone in. To be fair, I was plugging my iPhone charger into my phone. Richard, how are you doing, Rich? How are you, my friend? Hope you are well. Thank you for tuning in. Absolutely amazing. I bet you feel gutted. I bet you feel absolutely gutted. I bet you think, that was the return. Jesse Lingard coming back to West Ham. And now United are playing funny buggers. I mean, let us know what you think about it, because for me, that's a strange one. That's a strange one, to let him basically run down his contract when they could have got a bit of money for him, even. As I say, a bit of a strange one. Chris says, we signed a left-back near enough same time you signed Weghorst. So I was like you, saying, fine, now get more in. Yeah. And I totally agree with that one. Shows how far Aaron Ramsey, however you want to pronounce it, has dropped. Just saying. Jag, hope you're well. Thank you for coming in, mate. Hello there, but it looks like the club will not sign anyone else. It's looking that way, isn't it? It is looking that way. I'm panicking a little bit about it, because we need something, some creativity. We need a sort of central attacking midfielder. It has pissed me off, the Orsic thing. The Orsic thing has pissed me off. Dynamo Zagreb fans should be fucking ashamed of themselves. And the fact that they've basically threatened a player and made him shit scared that he couldn't leave it's embarrassing for me. So yeah, I'm hoping that we can get someone in. It will, by the looks of things now, with the time and everything, it is probably going to be a loan move if we do bring anybody else in. I just can't see it though. As you say, Jags, it's very, very hard to swallow the fact that there's not been anything at all. As I say, people will be coming in, giving an input on what they think of the season. We will have a Leicester fan coming in who said they'll come in later on. We may have a Man United fan / Newport fan coming on, who Chris knows very well. So he may be coming in to give his input about the window. I suppose in a way, he could also, tell Rich about, what his thoughts on the way Jesse Lingard's been treated. Not, as Chris said, oh no, mate, I got desperate. He's not in at the minute, so I can say it. I got desperate, so I had to call upon his help. But no, Jack says, you're welcome. We do need more players coming in because the clubs around us have upgraded massively. As I've stated, if you weren't in already, Watford have got another 4 players in this window. Everton have strengthened their midfield up. Newcastle have strengthened in absolute numbers and in talent. So it's been scary. It's actually scary. However, we'll shoot ourselves in the foot. We will definitely shoot ourselves in the foot if we do not do anything about it. So let's just see what happens. Anyway, we'll talk about Chris just had him on earlier to talking darts. At least that's something. Usually he's on talking out of his arse, so that's not too bad, Chris. That's not too bad. Speaking of Chris's, let's bring my brother from another mother in, and there we have Chris from Leicester to Ladar TV. How are you doing,
evening,
Chris?
Sir. Not problem. I couldn't bear the thought of you playing with yourself. I thought I'd better come on and help you out.
Well, I need it. I can't cover it up with a blanket much longer anyway.
Hey, the other day you had Kate down there.
No comment.
No. Well, fill me in, because I've got to be honest with you. I had my daughter round, so I thought it's not going to be an exactly busy one for Leicester, and we ordered a couple of pizzas.
Oh,
that were going to be there within 30 to 40 minutes. 1 hour 45 minutes later, he turned up. So I told him I didn't want them. I'd ordered fish and chips instead and sent him away. So I haven't been monitoring the transfer window, but I presume Leicester have not gone out and signed Ronaldo from Man United.
Not really. Not really. You've let's just say, well, first and foremost, Chris Welch says you've got to love that Leicester kit.
And Chris, can I just say, made the effort. Yellow. What's he wearing?
Got a yellow pillow.
It wasn't yellow before you pissed on it the other night. Was it in the corner of the room again?
I had to put it there. I'd ran out of tea towels.
Well, at least you're not using your curtains anymore.
God, it's been a while since I had curtains.
Yeah, well, exactly, yes.
No, I mean, in terms of deadline day, Chris, you've not really missed much. I think you've had another youth player go out.
Yeah. Daley Campbell, was it?
Yeah, I think so. Oh, it's been confirmed 1 minute ago. Rangers have confirmed the loan signing of Aaron Ramsey from Juventus until the end of the season.
My God, that was going on when I last saw you at was it 2 o'clock this afternoon? That was going on.
It's only just been confirmed. Been confirmed. So it's been an absolute struggle to get that one over the line. But they've done it. Would you say it's a coup for Rangers?
I don't know, really, because if he was that good, surely there would have been a Premier League team in for him.
Well, yeah, you'd like to think so, wouldn't you?
Yeah, not necessarily saying like a Man United or a Liverpool or a Man City, but Leicester, a Burnley, the other half of the table. But they've obviously, for some reason, he's not appealed to anybody.
No. I mean, he already turned us down. Said no. He said that the offer of playing for Burnley wasn't appealing enough. Obviously, he didn't want to stand. Right. Obviously, he thought that he was a better player a better caliber of player, shall we say, to be playing down at the bottom of the table. However, we'll go to the Mickey Mouse League and try and win a trophy.
Well, which is going to, isn't it? It's like Harry Kane. I know I played the other night, boss, but please play me against San Marino. I'm close to the record. I can get a bag full of goals here. Because it's San Marino. So yeah, I mean, stuff him if that's his attitude. I
agree. I mean, speaking Leicester, I mean, how do you feel? I mean, you must be a bit pissed off at the fact that you've not strengthened. I mean, is it more of a case that Brendan said to the squad that this is your time to lace your boots up? I'm not going to bring people in. I'm going to give you a chance, a second crack at the whip. Or is this pure stupidity and Brendan should have sat down and brought somebody in?
Tottenham did it a few years ago. We did it last year. We only bought Ryan Bennett in, Gordon's brother, and he played like Gordon as well. And, so you could argue that cost us a top 4 place. I don't necessarily think it would have done, and I don't think he was as bad as... I think Leicester fans were just looking for a scapegoat. The problem is, and this is why I hate the transfer windows. The January transfer window is so false because you've not going out and buying players because you need them. unnecessary. You do need them, but you're paying overinflated prices. You're buying a player that you might not want, if you like, because you're desperate to fill that position, and the prices are going up because the selling club knows you're desperate. So I think it's a very false situation. But with Leicester, you know what? Right at the start, they sort of said, we can't afford anybody. It's our owners are in the duty-free business and hotel business, which has been absolutely devastated by COVID.
With COVID and stuff.
Yeah. So unless you particularly have anything to do with oil, I don't think there's a lot of money around. Newcastle possibly. That's oil, isn't it? But it would have been nice for them to have surprised us and said, "Look, we've got this in." I think at the start of the season, we spent 15 million that we hadn't planned on spending on what's the word I'm looking? On Vestergaard, because Fofana got injured. So that was 15 million we hadn't planned on spending. 50 million down the drain as it happens, but 50 million we hadn't planned on spending. So we've already gone over what we thought we were going to spend. I think that's possibly why we only got Lookman in on loan. So, they're sticking to what he said, but we've got players coming in. Evening, Jake's dad. I'll do devil you, sir. We've got players coming in. Which are going to be like, I know it's an old cliche, but they're going to be like new signings, for Fofana when he's fit. And they might not be fit straight away, but we're not exactly having a brilliant season anyway. So, do we spend money and put ourselves into debt? Every club's got loans, but we don't want to go sort of into debt too much. So if we were let's say third or fourth again, I think you'd be possibly looking at a different story.
No, definitely. I mean, for everybody saying, never mind where is Mark, footy lad clearly needs his Mark Green fix, so we'll bring him in.
I've been saying that for years. Where is Mike? He's just not on the same planet, is he? Good evening, Mike.
Oh, evening to you both.
How are you doing?
I'm refreshing Twitter. Literally, I think I need to get it on auto refresh. I think
I've been for a piss twice today. That's it. I've literally been sat here. I've had the laptop open, watching everything come through. I've been checking my phone under like hashtag Twitter clarets, and as I say, apart from 11 o'clock this morning, it's been absolutely jack shit ever since.
Newport tweeted something, right? It said, I'll find the tweet, and this is ages ago, and that's why it's really annoying me. At 3 hours ago, that is...
We need a midfielder, Rich. We need a midfielder.
I'll just say to it, I was on Dan, just in reply to that, I was on a West Ham stream earlier, not like this on the comments, and West Ham were absolutely moaning about the lack of signings as well.
Yeah.
You've got to feel for them, though. That's where I'll come to you, that one, Mark, in regards to West Ham, because your thoughts on the Jesse Lingard situation. As I say, he's got 6 months left on his contract at Man United. Man United wanted him to have a 6-month loan, and then he's got the freedom to choose where he wants to go after that. However, he had a choice between West Ham and Newcastle. They could have done a loan with an option to buy or whatever.
Apparently Leicester were in the race. I don't know if Chris has heard anything about that. Came out that there was slight interest.
There's about 6 clubs linked, and like I say, if you listen
was
to
he linked
the manager, sorry,
was he linked to you at all though, or was that fake?
Only paper talk. Seriously, only paper. If we haven't got the money to buy a central defender or even bring one in on loan, which we desperately need, then we don't need Jesse Lingard. Sorry.
Yeah. Please take him.
If you do what? Do your deal. In fact, I'm 2 for 1 here.
No. You're going to offer me Vestergaard and Perez. No, thank you.
Exactly.
You give us effing Maguire. And look at that. You could have given us the better centre back. Could have given us Kagler.
Yeah, to be honest with you, this season, I don't know. I wouldn't be so sure about that, mate.
Or you could give us Fofana and we'll just leave it there, mate. I think that makes more sense, to be honest.
Yeah, maybe.
I'll just say that it's come out 5 minutes ago that Aaron Ramsey's reaction and what he's come out and said since joining Rangers pretty much sums him up as a player. I'm really pleased to be joining a club like Rangers where there is so much to look forward to between now and May. Basically, because he's at a club where he can finally, challenge for a fucking title.
Look, I don't care what he does until May. He just got to get 2 wins for us in March and send us to Qatar. That's all I care about. I don't care what you do in Scotland, as long as you and both our games are home as well.
To be fair, he said he has had a number of offers on the table, but none of them matched. This is where he's gone into Billy Big Bollocks, Chris. But none of them matched the magnitude of this club with European football and the chance to play in front of 50,000 fans every other week.
Yeah, but the thing is, in fairness, he's right. He is right, we know Scottish football isn't, if Celtic and Rangers come down, I don't think they should be in the Premier League. I think they should be about championship level.
Bamba thinks they should.
But what loyalty has he got? No disrespect, why should he come to, say, Leicester? Why should he come to Burnley that isn't going to win anything? How many players have gone through their whole career and not got a trophy? Harry Kane. But,
not player of the month.
But come on, that was from play school. But no, do you know what I mean? As good as he is, what trophy has he got? What medal has he got on his shelf? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So if I've got a chance to go to Rangers and I've got no loyalty to anybody none of them are my team or anything, if I can go to Rangers and win some trophies, and let's be honest with you, Celtic are shit, so I would do the same. We forget,
and you've got a World Cup coming up. So.
Yeah. It's, and I'm honest with you, I'm not convinced about Lingard. If he was that good with Manchester's problems, why aren't you picking him?
With the whole debacle, we're going to end up with playing Juan Mata on the right.
No, but
I disagree with that.
Questions about him, isn't there? He went to West Ham. He went to West Ham and he played well because he was hoping for a signing at the end, and that seems to be him. He sort of plays well for so long, but then I haven't got anything to play for now. Window's over. I'm not leaving. I'll go back to how I was.
It's a tough one. I mean, Matt, what do you disagragree with that?
I don't think Ramsey's level is the Scottish Premier League. I think he's got a lot to give. I know he's only played a few games for Juventus this year, but his level is better than Scotland. I don't watch Scottish football, regularly to give a complete understanding, but I watched the Rangers game on Saturday because obviously Diallo has gone there on loan, and I want to just see his first game and just see, how he sort of adapted to that. And the level in Scotland is not that good. So yes, I was literally just on a stream then discussing this as well. I said that Aaron Ramsey going to Rangers is going to be more of stat pad, get goals, get some assists under his belt, play with confidence, play every single game. Like Chris said, pick a trophy up or two, the Scottish Cup and probably the league, and go into the Wales, World Cup qualifiers, and try and send his country to the World Cup. Because ultimately, if he then qualifies Wales for the World Cup, there'll be quite a few teams, bigger teams in terms of ability wise, coming for him in the summer to take him, because they'll say, hang on a minute, he's gone to Rangers, he's actually proved himself, where Juventus he's been sitting on the bench. Of course I'm gonna praise him. He's given me two of the best years of my life in 2016 and 2020. So I'm gonna, and I think I'm not being too biased with it. I think he's gonna go there, get goals, get assists, playing the best team in Scotland, get a trophy or two, like I said, go into those qualifiers. If he does well in them, then maybe the Everton, the Leicesters, the teams like that will think, all right, he's proved himself. He's not just getting that transfer on name alone, because he's a big, massive name to go to Scotland. You know, he's won an FA Cup, won a couple of FA Cups, played in 2 European Championships. So he is a big name profile. And yeah, I think it may be a stepping stone, but look, it can go wrong. Any transfer can go wrong. You could go there, stink the place out, and just, like Dan said earlier, Billy Big Bollocks. He could just go there thinking, look at me, I'm Aaron Ramsey. I'm better than half of this league. And yeah, he might just go there for that to say, well, this is fine. Scottish League, it's where I can sit back, not, put too much sort of graft in, and I'll still get something out at the end of it anyway. So it's a difficult one. It definitely can go wrong. I'm not going to be oblivious to that. It definitely could go tumbling wrong for him, but he's too good for that league, in my opinion.
And no, Dan, stop giving out the titles of my quiz sections.
Oh crap! Yeah, forgot about that.
It's right. The Cyber Leader. Hi Dan, how are you? I'm okay, mate. Not too bad. From what I'm reading, it seems that journalists from our side of things, in terms of Burnley, have been told to stand down. I think. Well, how am I now? Fucking fuming. Because our midfield is bleak. All we have done in this window is replace Chris Wood. So technically, if we hadn't have lost Chris Wood, we'd have signed fucking nobody in this window, and that is a shambles. As I said at the start of this, for me, Watford have made 4 signings in this window. Newcastle have ridiculously strengthened in numbers. Everton strengthening their midfield with Dele Alli and Van Der Beek. And we've signed one player that fills a void. That's bullshit for me. We've got 6.5 million.
You got no money.
The thing is, we've got 6.5 million for Ben Gibson, right? And then we've got 25 million for Chris Wood. We brought in Weghorst for 12 million. So we've still got 13 million of the Wood money. Still got the money from Ben Gibson. The 30 million or nigh on 30 million that we spent in the summer was pretty much the 30 million that we got from selling Michael Keane 3 fucking seasons ago, because we never spent any of that. So is there anybody in that club that have dipped their hands into their pocket and actually put money in? Because I'm not being funny, the last chairman didn't have a pot to piss in, or didn't want to have a pot to piss in. The last signing he made was Josh Brownhill, and then fucked off. That was it. So I'm a bit pissed off. As I've already stated as well, Bournemouth pretty much signed everybody Burnley were linked with. Burnley wanted Nat Phillips for the last 2 seasons. He's gone on loan to Bournemouth.
Oh, what Bournemouth have done in this window is it's frustrating for Championship teams, but it's absolutely excellent business. They've gone and taken Swansea's best left back, said, no, you're coming to us. They've gone and taken last year's Golden Glove in the Championship, Freddie Woodman, you're coming to us. A centre-back there was man of the match in the San Siro for Liverpool this season, Nat Phillips, you're coming to us. And they've signed someone else as well, I can't remember who. Siriki Dembele, one of the...
Yeah, they signed him from Peterborough, and they've signed Kiefer Moore from Cardiff as well.
Yes, that's a great deal. 100% up the Bournemouth. Hopefully...
But that's the thing, though. We wanted Kiefer Moore, we wanted Nat Phillips, we wanted Ryan Christie in the summer as well, but he ended up choosing to go to Bournemouth. I mean, Chris, you've got ties to Burnley and you're not living far from Bournemouth. Can you stand outside and say, you're in the wrong place, mate? This is the wrong team beginning with B. You need to fuck off up north, mate.
No, because if they can come back up, it's a game I can go and see. I ain't fucking travelling all the way up to Burnley.
That's the only reason why.
And I've cut my ties with Burnley. The thing is that Burnley, if they're not careful, they're going to throw it away, because I'm sorry to say it, Dan, Blackburn are second at the moment.
That were funny. That apparently rumour had it that if the Aubameyang deal didn't go through, Barcelona were set to sign Ben Brereton from Blackburn. And apparently it was rumoured that they'd already put numbers Brereton 7 on the Barcelona website. There was images going around. I don't know whether they'd been doctored. However, that's what something had been said. I mean, it just goes to show the decline of Barcelona in a sense as well, doesn't it? But
I love how you spin that. I've absolutely love how you spent that. Barcelona are in a right mess, though, aren't they? Really?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
By the way, I've said this on a few streams, and I can I dread saying this word because I know it's going to happen. Man United to sign Usman Dembele. I can just see it. I really can see it. He's bloody hell. He's desperate for. Look at this.
Let there be light.
There we go. Sorted. He's desperate for a move. Barcelona are desperate to get the wages off the books because they're in debt and stuff like that. And I can just see the stupid, we'll just say clowns that run Man United. They'll be like, oh my God, if we could get Dembele, he's got 2.4 million followers on Twitter. Yes. And I really am, the closer it's going to deadline, I can just see it at like an 11 o'clock deadline or something. Man United have signed Dembele.
It won't surprise me. I mean, the talks between Dembele and Chelsea are starting to pick up a bit of speed. I mean,
the thing is, Chelsea can risk it. Chelsea, Man City, Liverpool could risk a signing like Dembele because they're comfortably going to get top 4. So if it works out and it becomes a gem sign, and they're like, look what we done. But if Man United do it, plays 2 games and gets.
I tell a lie. 8 minutes ago, breaking news: Dembele is set to stay at Barcelona. Despite late interest from Chelsea. The Blues made inquiries earlier this evening, but talks have not progressed. The lack of time and financial obstacles in the deal meant it was always going to be difficult. So they are keeping their interest open for the summer, but he can speak to foreign clubs. Now he's in the last 6 months of his contract. So he could end up agreeing a pre-contract with Chelsea already. So another one there. As Jack says there as well, Liverpool are close to finally securing the signing of Fabio Carvalho. I mean, it's been probably an all-day thing that up there with the Dembele situation.
He's not going to play. Why sign someone just to ruin the championship? The championship is getting ruined these days because any player that is in the championship gets snapped up by these big Premier League teams.
Yeah,
I've just gone on to Leicestershire Live, which is the Leicester Mercury, the local paper up there for the football. It's absolutely shit for football. And the headline was, Arsenal team close to signing. Leicester City are set to complete the transfer. So close to, fucking 5 when they did that. It is nearly 10 o'clock. It wasn't that fucking close, was it? Sorry?
That's what. Do you say they were close? 5:30. They said they were close.
Yeah.
This is what I wanted to say about Newport. They tweeted at 6 o'clock. They quote tweeted something that BBC Sports said. It said, no messing about from Tottenham. They've confirmed the deal for Dejan Kulikevski straight away. And then the top of it says, so there was no teaser, unlike sometimes. And then Newport have just quote tweeted it saying, all transfer rumours get teased. ... So I've been waiting on that.
Rumours are true. Yeah.
I've been refreshing that bloody tweet since 6:30. Still no sign of that player. I really hope we sign someone.
Obviously, it's just confirmed, showing the pictures of Aaron Ramsey in the Rangers shirt. However, former Sunderland striker Josh Madger has joined Stoke on loan from Bordeaux till the end of the season. He follows Taylor Harwood-Bellis, Phil Jagielka, Lewis Baker, and Jaden Philigen Bidase in joining Michael O'Neill's first team squad this month. So
Philigen Bidase from Villa, decent little striker he is, actually, to be fair.
Yeah, not bad. Villa have got quite a few good youth players coming through.
They got Aaron Ramsey, quite funny enough.
They've had a good window, haven't they?
Yeah.
All joking apart, Aston Villa have had a good window.
They've had a good, from end of whenever Gerrard came in, from then since to now, really, haven't they? Getting Gerrard in. Yes.
Looks like Carvalho's going to Liverpool.
Definitely. Chris says that regarding Carlisle, where they're not signing a striker, it'll be a cheap, typical, inexperienced striker on loan from the Premier League. Panic. I'll tell you who'd do a decent job for you if Burnley let him out on loan, would be Lewis Richardson. It was a player who, to be fair, was mentioned to me probably 3 or 4 years ago, and someone said to me at the club, watch out for him because he will come good. And then about a season and a half later, he got a chance. He got his name mentioned on the bench. So I'm not saying that you've got someone you could contact at Carlisle, Chris. However, I think Lewis Richardson would be a very good loan signing for you. But yeah, if people are watching from Carlisle, try and talk to someone at Burnley. At least then they can get some sort of striker in. But he'd be decent for you.
I have now doubled the number of Carlisle fans I know.
Yeah, to 1.
To 2. No, I didn't know one before. That's 2.
Well, you've got 1 Newport. You're building up the Football League, Chris.
I had to actually have a look where they were, to be honest with you. I didn't even know, because, there might be a quiz question on Newport. You never know.
Ooh.
But remember, you're not on. You got to watch on Thursday when Niall takes on Reese, because you'll play the winner.
I do have a preference to play, but we'll have to see how that result goes. And it's not Niall.
It's going to be fucking hard, I tell you.
United either that or stick him up front.
United slammed all on Lingard leaving.
I don't get why we're refusing play.
They don't want him to go to a top 4 rival, West Ham or Tottenham. I mean, surely Man United should. Burnley's more of a rival to Man United this season than Tottenham or West Ham.
Yeah, geographically.
No. The fact that you're dropping down so far behind.
We're in 4th. Yes.
I mean, what came in of Newport's business, Mark? How's it been for Newport on this day today?
Nothing today, quite weirdly enough. Normally it's a really hectic day. We've let rid of a couple of Deadwood players that we signed in the summer that we thought were going to be, not world beaters because it's League Two, but we thought were going to be instrumental in taking us up. We're in the position where we are without them, quite weirdly enough. I mean, we signed 1 player from Colchester, Courtney Senior, which has just got injured. It's very typical. First training session, gets an ACL, injured for 7 months. Great. So that was him out of sort of the season. We've decided to keep him at the club, which I'm glad, because I think there is a player in there. So they've just said that he's working on his sort of fitness and stuff and getting him back playing. So I think he might be one that stays next season, because Colchester last season he was very good. We signed Courtney Richardson, who is doing absolute bits at the moment up front for us.
I'm sure he used to play for Accrington.
He was at Barrow. He's been at Swansea. I'll actually check that, to be fair.
To be fair, it might be Swansea. I'm sure, but I'm sure there's somebody along. I'm sure he's been at Aki. I'm not sure.
But yeah, the signings that we've done in the summer window, yeah, he was at Accrington. He only played 2 games on loan, but yeah.
Yeah, that's one for your useless information.
2 games, no goals. But no. So apart from the summer, yeah, the summer window was okay. But this winter window, we signed Josh Pask, West Ham, former West Ham and Coventry, young centre-back. He played first game, man of the match.
Got his game facing FIFA, always thinking.
Yeah, yes. And he's not played a couple of games since. I don't know if he's hit a slight knock or something like that. So that was a good sign-in. We signed a young midfielder from the Welsh League, James Waite, but I think he's going to be chucked out on loan or in the under-23 squad. He was on the bench for the Walsall game. Didn't really. He came on for like 2 minutes, just right at the end of the game. Didn't really do anything. And then we signed a Palace youngster, Rob Street, who looks quality. Quality Street. But no, he was really good yesterday. He came Saturday. He came off the bench for Baker Richardson because I had to. Someone said it on Saturday, and I was like, "Go on, I'm going to use that." They were like, "Bloody hell, this Street is good." And I went, "Yeah, he's pretty good." And he went, "Yeah, he's quality." I was like, "Oh God." But yeah, normally the system we play is with 2 strikers, Baker Richardson and Telford, as you know, Dan, have been firing all season, to be fair. And I've noticed that because we press quite high, they do get quite tired very quickly. So he came on, and I looked at his profile as you do, and stuff like that, and it says central attacking midfield, and I was like, oh, okay, coming on at striker. Maybe he's going to sit back. My God, he was pressing everything. He was chasing everything down. I was like, maybe we just need that bit of something off the bench, because the strikers that we got on the bench at the moment, 6'5" ponytail lump that doesn't do anything, and then Tammy Abraham's brother as well. Tammy Abraham's brother, Timmy, as well, who was at Fulham. I don't know if that's his current team. I think it is. But yeah, I'm happy with the window. I still think there's one or two more to come. Hopefully there is, because I still think we need another midfielder.
Definitely. I mean, breaking news just coming through now that Crystal Palace have basically signed their loan signing Jean-Philippe Mateta on a 4.5-year deal. So they've made that move permanent, which is decent for Palace. However, did you think someone that's been a bit quiet, two players that have been quiet really that I want to talk about, did you think Conor Gallagher is one of those players that would have potentially been sniffed around in this window, or is he one of those summer targets?
Do they want to let him go though? I'd heard they didn't really want to let him go.
He's only on loan, isn't he?
Yeah.
So they
That's
might.
what I mean. I mean, if someone came into Chelsea and said we want Conor Gallagher, if they wanted to take him off, take him back to sell him, if that option was open, then I'm sure they could have done. But
I think Tuchel likes him.
Yeah, it's just where would he fit into the system?
I'd say you've got to play him next to Kante. I think what you'd have Kante who would protect the back four, but also give you not an easy way out, but one thing Kante does fantastically is receives the ball off the centre backs, plays a 2-yard simple pass into someone who's better on the ball, which would be Conor Gallagher. He's a cracking player. I'd love him at Man United. I'd love everyone at Man United. Oh, it's happened. Deal agreed for Fabio Carvalho.
Has it been confirmed?
Breaking news, yeah. Liverpool have agreed a deal for Fulham for teenage forward Fabio Carvalho. Oh, great. The two clubs staged lengthy negotiations throughout deadline day before an undisclosed fee was settled shortly before the deadline. It will now be a race against time to conduct the medical and finalise personal terms before the transfer window shuts, with the 19-year-old expected to return to Fulham for the rest of the season.
No, I mean, that's another thing. Like, they've signed Carvalho. They've got Harvey Elliott there, which I don't think he's going to fit in at the moment when you've got the likes of Salah and Mane.
And that Diaz as well now.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be a struggle. Obviously, Dele Alli's move to Everton hasn't been confirmed as of yet. There's a lot of talk about Jermaine Defoe's, return to Sunderland, whether that's going to get confirmed. However,
that Brentford is confirmed as well. I don't know if you've touched on that.
Who's that?
Christian Eriksen to Brentford.
Oh, that was one of the first ones at day, weren't it?
Oh, was it?
Yeah. Yeah. Obviously, Dan Burn to Newcastle. That's not been fully confirmed. But that's just waiting to get over the line. However, the Jermaine Defoe to Sunderland one could happen at any moment because he's a free agent, so that one could go on past the deadline. DJ Dave, I totally agree with you, mate. What a tin pot window yet again. Yes, we've signed Weghorst, but he's an upgrade on Wood. Agree. We needed players in before even selling Wood. Absolutely disgraceful from Burnley in the transfer window yet again. Championship, here we come. As I say, keeping Maxwell Cornet fit, and if we can get Weghorst to hit the hearts that he did and also cut it in the Premier League, then we're looking at a good chance of staying up. But we are missing a midfielder, a creative spark in that centre. And that's, if anything, that's going to be the thing that bats us in the arse. But who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? As I say, the window's shut now, but isn't the loan market still open, or does that shut as well?
I think it. No, the deadline's 11 o'clock, isn't it?
Yeah, I didn't know whether that for loans as well, though. I didn't know whether that's.
Let me have a look. Has Donnie actually? Oh yeah, Donnie is a done deal because on one of the tabs it still says Donnie Van Der Beek close. Window closes at 11 o'clock for Premier League and EFL signings.
No, I agree, Dave. We have had 31 days to sort out at least a loan. It isn't good enough. You know, we've been linked with Ramsey, we've been linked with Barkley, and we've not managed to get any of them. We've not, you know, the Orsic one's been a bit of a strange one as well. You know, if we'd have got him in, that would have been absolutely brilliant. And I think this is the thing that pisses us off as Burnley fans. We've got Plan A, but Plan B doesn't seem to be anywhere to be found. As you said, there's been 31 days to get something sorted, and we've been told that it was going to be a busy window today. We announced one signing, and the smoke screen went up after that, didn't it? So a
signing that was done yesterday as well, you could say.
Yeah. So as you said, it's all about publicity to get the fans excited. In reality, we were never. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me. It's like when you go to sign somebody on Football Manager and they say, "Sorry, I'm not interested in joining your calibre of club."
Never happens to me. Like, they don't even talk to me. They say, "What have you won?" As a manager, we're not playing for you. I'm still refreshing.
Do you live near Newport, Mike? Are they your local team?
I live in Newport, yeah.
You live in Newport?
Yeah.
If Newport were to draw Man United in the Cup...
Newport.
You'd want Newport,
Yeah.
Fair dues, mate.
I have been asked... Oh, I keep refreshing this, and then they keep talking about, like, retweeting it, saying, come and get your Forest Green tickets for Saturday. No, I'm not going to buy a bloody Forest Green ticket unless you sign someone. We've got to sign someone. But then again, I can't argue. We've kept our top goal scorer. We've signed a couple of players as well.
No, fair point. I
was just scared Telford was going to leave today. I've been checking my phone as well to see, like, because there's a few clubs that are interested in. Port Vale have apparently put a bid in, but Newport rejected it straight away without even sort of thinking about it. So there are teams interested in Telford, and why wouldn't they be?
Did you check to see if Don Telford were from Burnley?
No, I will have a look for you, but
I'm sure he is.
Admit to it.
Yeah, born Burnley. Yeah,
what a man.
Yeah, that's why he's doing so good.
Taught him everything he knows. I took him under not this wing, not that wing, but that one at back here.
Romano's a tapping merchant when it comes to journalism, isn't he? He's tweeted Fabio Cavallo to Liverpool. Here we go. It was agreed 5 minutes ago, pal.
Yeah, he's sort of just like the guy to go to when it's just a case of, as you said, tapping them in.
In fairness to him, though, he is covering about 20 countries.
Yeah, I mean, he tweeted about one earlier because I've kept during the summer and winter window. I always turn his tweet notifications to push notifications, so they come as notifications. And he tweeted about one from Malmo to this other country. I was like, bloody hell, mate! I mean, no one, me and you and Chris and other people will not care about who's gone to Malmo, but he's got to do that because he's a top end journalist. It's crazy.
Don't have a dig at my mate Fabrizio, like that.
He's not brought any Leicester news, Chris, so he's gone from that to that.
Is this yours?
That's not his fault, is it? It's actually no.
That's true. It's not his.
We've actually let about 6 youngsters go out on loan, 4 or so, and we've sold a couple. So we're clearing the decks.
Yeah, which means you'll probably get your next game called off.
True.
Carlos is in.
Call us Burnley B.
Carlos, how are you? Have Burnley said there'll be nobody else coming in? Yeah, pretty much been told to stand down on all accounts. Extremely disappointing. Just absolutely fuming with it, to be honest. There's not much else to say unless I go on an explosive rant, and I'm not going to, because at the end of the day, this is where the players that we've got in now need to dig deep. Don't go wearing molds on Saturday. Get your metal stud boots out and fucking dig deep. Kick a few of them Watford players where it hurts, and let's get.
You've got Watford on Saturday, haven't you? I might even watch that.
Yeah, I think it's on Amazon Prime. I think.
BT, I think, isn't it?
BT. Oh, I'll be in the executive box for it, so it'll be interesting. So free bar. So
this is the executive box. Can I just say, Burnley don't have boxes. It's one big floor with a couple of dividers.
Hey, it's been upgraded since then, Chris. It's been upgraded since then.
Yeah, it used to be, didn't it?
It doesn't look like the set of Mrs. Brown anymore. Don't worry about it. But I thought you were in the room then when you laughed.
Christ.
Told you, mate. You don't know what I get up to the weekends.
Oh, goodness.
We needed a goal scorer from midfield, so gutted, but got to keep the faith in the boys. Correct. We've got to keep that faith, and we've got to get behind everybody now. As I say, hopefully Weghorst can hit the ground running and grab us some goals. And Courtney coming back tomorrow will be a massive boost as well. He's due back tomorrow, so that should be interesting. He should be fighting fit and ready to go against Watford. So we'll take it from there.
Have they signed anyone Watford?
They've made 4 signings. Don't ask me to name them because I haven't a clue, but they've made 4 signings in this window. And yeah, it's been it sort of pisses you off a bit because, as I said, they've made 4. Newcastle have strengthened. Everton have gone for a new manager and 2 quality midfielders, really, if they can get Dele Alli playing as well. So it's interesting.
Uche's gone to Cardiff.
Who's gone Cardiff?
The striker Uche in the Championship, and he's gone to Cardiff. Very. Stephen Sessegnon, Ryan Sessegnon's brother, has left Fulham to go to Plymouth.
Green Army.
It's really quiet in the Football League. Normally you get loads. The thing is with the Football League, I think what you mentioned, Dan, about the loan market, I think that may be an hour later, I think. Because normally when I was a kid and I had the teletext, I'd wake up in the morning to see all like the latest deals, and then it would say like 3:50 a.m. This player's gone from Barnsley to Swindon on loan.
Don't try and kid us on you ever had teletext, mate. You live in bloody Wales. You don't have tellies in there.
There's no way that one of you was sat down with a remote on teletext, because if anything, somebody's got to be stood above caravan holding aerial up. So.
What used to piss me though, you used to sort of want to go forward a page, but you'd have to wait. So if you were on page 111 and you wanted page 112, it wouldn't just go to that. It would start at 113 and go all the bloody way round. You had to wait for it to come back to 112.
Oh yeah, if you miss it, you can go back. Yeah. Oh goodness me.
But it is not, as I say,
it's been a weird deadline.
Taking a couple more transfers in a moment. However, we will just have a little short break.
Although architectural lighting dominates our 15 years experience, we took the time to understand the wider lighting control communities to help us evolve into a more diverse control solution provider. Planning schemes shouldn't be difficult, and having the benefit of a controls partner that is knowledgeable, trustworthy, and totally unbiased will ease the process greatly. So to summarize, if you have any lighting control query, get in touch with ECS and see how we can help you today.
Look at that.
Very impressive, mate. Very impressive.
Slip.
Maybe
be
most
fair,
of it, though,
the
because
two
you've got a Premier
sponsors-
League badge on that. You might not be able to use that for much longer.
No, that's true. That's true. However, the two sponsors that I had in there, I've not even showed them the videos yet, to be fair. I put them together and I did send one to one, but the other one I've not. But it's fine. I'm sure they'll be fine with it. The two start-up companies, so it's not too bad. One's a charity, so just getting their name out there is just going to be pivotal.
Neither of them are paying you, are they? So they should take what they're given.
Exactly.
It's better than
You get what you give, which is
I was
nothing.
watching that and I suddenly had a light bulb moment.
Wow.
5 minutes ago, Hull have announced a signing. They've announced the signing of Alaya Sayadan Manesh on loan from Fenerbahce until the end of the season.
That's 3 players, isn't it?
Yeah. It's either that or a very strong Wi-Fi password.
That's Simicast, isn't it? The left back for Liverpool. He's a Wi-Fi password.
Yeah. Apparently, this will be the 20-year-old's third loan spell away from Fenerbahce, having previously impressed during spells at Istanbul Sport and Zoya Luhansk. So this is his first stint in England. But
Zoya Luhansk.
Have you heard this? I read this the other day. You know Roberto Carlos, the Brazilian international?
Yes, the thing on eBay.
He's playing for Bull in the Barn United. He's playing for.
There's one for Eni Aluko as well.
Yeah. Well done, mate. Well done to both of them.
Oh, yeah. Sessegnon deal confirmed.
Yeah.
Sessegnon moved to Plymouth on loan.
This isn't it when you get excited about a bloody Plymouth transfer.
Hey, it's not wrong with Plymouth. I like Plymouth. I've got a good strong career with them on Football Manager.
I would say the same. I don't even think they appointed me.
to the point, however, that me and a mate did at the start of the season with Plymouth, and it went really well, except his system is a lot faster than mine. So he's about 6-7 seasons in. He's took them to Premier League and stuff, and I'm in the Championship. However, he's since been sacked on his game.
It'll take you four years to get back to the point that he got sacked, though. If your system's
my
slow.
system's shocking.
If he knows what he's doing, he's saved it before every game, so he can just go back.
That's what I used to do. That's what I used to do. Save it. If you lose, don't worry, reboot it. Go back to the previous save file.
Especially if it were like playoff final or a cup final. Yes, I'm not losing that. You can sod right off.
I think one Football Manager year, I think it was 2015 or something, I was in the playoff final when Newport and it was Cardiff. And I said, I'm not losing to Cardiff. No way. Not to get to the Premier League. So I played that playoff final 6 times before I finally won it. I thought I'm not losing to them. But yeah, it just seems quite weird how like this transfer deadline day is so quiet. Like normally it's not the same, is it? I think Chris said this about 20 minutes ago. You know, now teams are like, oh, we won't do anything. Now we'll just wait till the summer. There's no point spending that when we can get you 20 million cheaper in the summer. And normally 5-6 years ago, you'd have teams scrambling around to try and get last minute deals, or go like the Peter Odemwingie situation. Like Chris, about the what was his name? The centre midfielder from Sporting Lisbon. The one that was 17 seconds late.
14 seconds.
It was 14, yeah.
14. Don't say 17. Don't muddy the waters. Silva.
Andre.
It was Silva.
Andre Silva, yeah.
Yes. He didn't quite make it to gold. Yeah, I mean, that kind of ruined his career, because by the time he came to us, we were kind of doing all right, He was a good player, but...
Sorry, pal, we don't need you now.
Had we been Manchester United, no disrespect, Liverpool, Man City, do you think they'd have said, no, you're 14 seconds late? Nope, they would not.
Nah, would they frig? Chris is saying Carlisle United just posted how many signings do you fancy about time? A bit late to the party, aren't they? Yeah, they've been out on a day session.
Off the folly.
Going the pitch out, it's flooded again.
Yeah. It's a bit difficult when you've got planes flying left, right, and centre in and out of Newcastle. It's quite difficult, isn't it?
Right, let's have a look. If we've... Oh, come on, we need to announce something, man.
But Chris says, not getting my hopes up, it'll probably be inexperienced youngsters. So I think that's...
I thought you said experienced youngsters then. I was going to say, huh?
I mean, to be fair, at that level, though, you take an inexperienced youngster, especially from a Premier League club, because that's where they learn their knocks, don't they? They get the kicks and stuff like that. It's
Jesse Lingard has just tweeted, "Go on, boys." I don't know what this is about. Let's have a look. Oh, wow. This epitomises everything Jesse Lingard is about.
Go on. Spread the news.
The J-Lings Sports group, make sure you're there, about bloody esports. And that was his quote tweet.
Bloody hell.
Oh, you've one thing I don't...
Is that a wanking emoji?
No, it's...
I know.
And you've got people slating him, which I don't agree with that, saying, you know, dickhead and stuff. Why are you going to Newcastle?
It's not. That's the thing, though. It's not for his choice, is it? You know,
he doesn't want to be there.
He doesn't want to be at the club. At first, when he went back after playing for West Ham, he thought, you know what, I think I've done enough at West Ham to actually fight for my place. However, he's not going to get in ahead of, as you say, Martial, who's now been shipped out, but he's still not going to get involved because you've got the likes of, you know, Ronaldo, you've got the likes of Jadon Sancho that you can put out on the wings. He's not going to get that game time out there, and he's definitely not going to get game time in a cam role. So he needs to get out of that club, and if it means that he has to sit tight for 6 months, then I suppose that's what he's going to have to do.
There's a lot of players going to be out of contract.
Carlisle just signed someone. Carlisle have just signed someone, so I'm presuming Chris is going to go on about it. Toby Showshilver.
Chris will be sat there with a big erection now, won't he? I mean, that's as good as it gets for him. Go on, Chris. Get it up there.
Hey, at least there's one Chris in this chat with an erection.
And it's not me, mate.
For a change.
What's an erection?
Why is Vestergaard staying?
Vestergaard and Perez terminate contracts. Breaking news.
I would. That would, yes. Yeah, that would.
We would see Chris go live in literally 2 minutes.
Yes.
Yeah. That's
Football's answer to Viagra, that would be, mate. I tell you.
Honestly, Chris in the chat earlier said to Chris about I really like that Leicester shirt. We'll put it one way: if that was the case, that shirt would be off. It'd be like having a YouTube version of Full Monty by one person.
Swinging his top.
Unlike you, young Daniel, I know the limitations of my body at my age, and I like to keep myself covered up. Not like you.
Still got your sports bra on, aren't you?
Chris, do you want to come on cam? Come on, we'll have a quick chat. Oh, come on cam. And who's there? Plus. I didn't know whether I'd, tuned in to, join the dots or something. It was like...
Oh, the worst thing I was trying to lick a bit of chocolate that had landed on me and melted on my nipple. So I'm like...
No, it's that chocolate.
What Kate was doing.
Yeah, it was definitely chocolate. It tasted like that, and I definitely don't have COVID, so I could taste it. It was definitely chocolate. Definitely chocolate. Ducky's in the chat. Ducky's in. How are you doing, my friend? Hope you are well, pal. One sign in this window is not enough, I'm afraid. If we don't beat Watford on Saturday, then our chances of staying up are slim. Yep. Unlike me and you, my friend, which we are two big heifers, so we are not slim. However, the chances of safety definitely are looking that way. Sorry to slander you, Ducky boys. All right. We're all friends here. Don't worry about it, pal. But no, we do need to beat Watford.
Me and Mike can't stand you, really.
I know. You just, it's that's why you're glad it's just YouTube. If we'd have met in person, it'd have been like school ground, wouldn't it? You'd have like give me a kick in it corner.
Can you imagine this in the pub talking about deadline day? Jeez.
I don't know. You just have to go to Under the Cosh and just watch it on there.
You'd have to bring your laptop and keep refreshing Twitter, wouldn't you? Hang on a minute. Sorry, I can't.
Hey,
I can't
don't put ideas into Nippon's head.
Oh, not that.
Deadline day live from the Queen Vic.
Did he not start a show at about 10 this morning and it's still going on?
I was tempted on doing that, an all-day stream. No, I didn't do it in the end.
No.
There he is. There's his comment. We've just signed a striker from Sutton United on an 18-month deal. Doesn't have a good goal record, but I'll support him, obviously. Why not? Are you giving him a bed for the night?
You'd be better off signing Chris Sutton, I'll tell you.
Are you doing a Paul Gascoigne? You just get him a takeaway and a couple of
He's signed a striker and he doesn't have a good goal record.
Elliot Anderson has joined Bristol Rovers from Newcastle on loan.
You had to go there, didn't you? I did. Unfortunately, I did. But don't worry, my not-so-slim friend. We are...
Unsub.
It's fine. It's fine, Ducky. Don't worry about it. As you say, between me and you, we all know that the slimmest thing is Burnley's chances of survival, so don't worry. Who did you say? Bristol Rovers?
Yeah, I've signed Elliot Anderson from Newcastle.
See, again, Newcastle have sent out quite a few loan players in this window as well.
Yeah, I think they realise they've got a load of shit on their hands, don't they?
Yeah, true. I mean, Chris, I'll come to you first. Obviously, it's not far off now. We're coming up half an hour from the end of the window. How do you... You and that sodding button. How do you see...
Give it 10 minutes before you come in.
How do you see business going for you in the summer? Obviously, do you think it depends on where you finish? Or do you think that there'll already be sort of a list drawn up? And is there anybody in particular you'd like to see? Because if anything, there's one player that I'd like to mention that I think I could see going to Leicester, and that's probably Tarkowski.
It'd be interesting. I mean, you know, he'll be free, won't he, in the summer?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, the problem is this season, I say, Evans, he's at an age now where when he's injured, he's out for a long time. You know,
it's a longer recuperation.
Yeah, he's hardly ever played this season. And it's all sort of one injury that's kept recurring. And, you know, it's his age. After that, you've got Soyuncu is not having a good season. Fofana would be back, and you would hope he would come back as good as he left. Amati, possibly. So, yeah, I reckon we could do with another one. I know Brad doesn't want to have another defender, but if he's on a free, I don't think we'd have the money to sort of pay him, but he might be interesting because obviously we're not going to have to pay him any money. He can have higher wages. Yeah.
No, I mean, is there anybody in particular that you see where you need to strengthen mostly when it comes to the summer?
Like I say, another centre back. I think it kind of depends where we end up. If we're in Europe and we've got those games, we'll need more players. If we don't qualify for Europe, we probably wouldn't need as many. I mean, Tielemans is probably going to go in the summer, so we'll need to. Well, we've got Kieran Dewsbury Hall, but I would like a bit more experienced midfielder coming in. He's not going to go until
Lingard's
the summer.
Experienced.
Sorry?
Lingard's experienced.
Hey, you know, in the summer, Lingard will be free, won't it?
That's what I mean. I wasn't joking. I was being serious. It could be an option for you.
I don't know. I might take him. Like I say, just to come in. You know, the problem is how do you replace Tielemans? It's like, you know, since we lost Mahrez, everybody's struggled on that side. We'll buy Lookman, hopefully. We'll make his deal permanent. Like I said, Tielemans will wait and see where everybody finishes up. So, for example, I don't know whether he's interested in Man United or not, but if you finish in a Champions League place, then, you know,
it's a done deal, I think.
That's good. Yeah. Mm-hmm. If you don't, and Liverpool he might go to Liverpool. You know, Arsenal, I don't think can afford him. I don't think we need a striker because you've got Daka and Inacho, and then Vardy will, I think, become like a super sub. And we've got such good youngsters coming through, and it's all this. We've got into this culture where we've got to buy a player. It's a transfer window. We have to buy somebody. No, we don't. All these youngsters that we're sending out on loan. We sent out Kieran Dewsbury Hall on loan to Luton last season. He won Player of the Year, Players Player of the Year. He's a really good player. Same with Barnes. And we've got a lot of youngsters coming through. Brunt, Daley Campbell, Luke Thomas, is coming through. And I know, before anybody says it, I know when I was talking about defenders, I didn't mention Vestergaard because I'm hoping that I wake up in June and it's all been a dream and we didn't sign him at all.
What about a goalkeeper?
No, we got Danny Ward.
I mean,
Danny Ward. Danny Ward.
I mean, he's Wales' number one goalkeeper. He will. It's what depends what he wants. I thought he would have gone in the last window, to be honest with you, because we're not given the opportunities. But then obviously nobody's come in for him to see if he is available. So he's still at a Premier League club. He knows once Schmeichel moves on, and Schmeichel is, he's getting on a bit now, and I know goalkeepers can go on a little bit longer. But Schmeichel, like I say, he can't go on forever, and Danny Ward will move up into that position. And we've got Stolzczek, is it, or somebody we've just sent out on loan to Dunfermline, and he's sort of a good young goalkeeper, so he'll then fill in Danny Ward's shoes. But we don't need a goalkeeper. And Schmeichel, if he wants, depends what he wants to do with his career. I mean, as much as we love him, I think he loves Leicester. So he could look at that and go, okay, I'm giving up my number one spot now, but I want to help with the training and the bringing on of the young goalkeepers and what have you. And I would love that. I don't think clubs, to be honest with you, make enough of their ex-players.
No, we've done it quite a lot. We did it with Michael Duff when he retired. He sat in the background.
Is that Upler's brother?
The what?
Is that Upler's brother?
Up
the Duff.
No, that's not blood related. But no, he was brought in as a youth coach pretty much, and then learnt his trade, worked up and became under 18s and then under 23s manager. However, obviously, then went back and is now in charge of Cheltenham, where he started his career pretty much. But we did the same with a couple of players. We had Dean Marnie working in the back as well, whose birthday it is today, and George Boyd had a crack as well in there. So we've given a few players previous.
Look at Man United ex-player Ole Gunnar Solskjaer did a great job at Man United, didn't he?
Carrick, Fletcher.
Yeah, you've had quite a few.
I believe
Mark Phelan played for you as well, didn't he?
Yeah.
Mark Phelan will probably. Was Mark Phelan playing for Burnley around the same time you were over here, Chris?
I'm not sure. To be honest with you, I took my kids to Burnley because it was an excuse to go and watch football. I had no idea who was in your team. All I know is that Chris Waddle was your manager at the time, and you were known as it was Leicester City were going to play Burnley 0. That was your name, Burnley 0. It was happened that
still often. Is. I totally agree with that comment down below, as Mark said not so long ago. It does stink that Sky don't really have equality, and it's always about panning the cameras round to Aubameyang in an airport, and all these big name players getting moves. I do think that the lower league team should get mentioned quite a lot as well. So go on, Matt, you've obviously said it.
The Carvalho deal to Liverpool. Are these yours? Carvalho to Liverpool. I've just read breaking news that if Liverpool sign Carvalho, the signing of Carvalho and the loan back both have to be completed in time. Otherwise, the deal collapses.
Wow. So they're loaning him back, are they?
Yeah, so they're buying him to loan back. But if the buy-in and then the loaning back and not completed in time is a collapse deal. He's not playing with his new toy now.
Typical. He's got to. He's starting to sell them. I'm sure he's selling them 4-mans. The way he brings that 4-man into play every single time. I'm starting to think that he's got them in bulk.
Hang on. Oh, Kate.
I was going to say, that's a hard one to pick your nose with, isn't it?
It is.
Bust your nose.
There's always one. And you can always count on it being Chris.
Any more latest deals? Ryan Longman.
Looks like a lynx aftershave. Odor fish. Yes.
I'll tell you what, Spurs have let quite a few go, haven't they? To be fair, they've loaned Lascelles away and Dembele and Brian Gill.
Yeah. So 3 players there are really good quality.
Brian Gill, I don't know why they signed him.
I think what's he called?
Shit.
Conte just getting rid of a load of, in his eyes, shit, isn't he?
Yeah, and he's brought in two Juventus players, quite funny enough, considering he was there. Well, not there, but in Italy.
Who knew, eh?
Who knew? Look, just leaving that there, are you, Chris?
It goes, that's its home.
That's what Paul Young said, weren't it? Wherever he lays his hat, that's his home.
He did. In fact, I'm going to get that. I'm going to get that added to my merchandise wear.
It's Papa Smurfs.
My merchandise is online. We just need to finalise a few things.
Oh, so it is in the pipeline.
You've got to buy your "How the Devil Are You" polo shirts.
Can we get a Fabrizio "Here We Go" when it's done?
No, because nothing's gone. Nothing's been done.
No, I mean, what do you see firstly for Manchester United in the summer, Mike? Because again, this is an interesting one because obviously you're losing Lingard on a free. Do you think Ronaldo's going to go in the summer? Do you think he'll move on? Obviously, there's lots of talk about players as well. Cavani, there's a big question over that. I mean, is it going to be sort of a mass overhaul in terms of quality at Man United?
Put it this way, come the summer, we'll be in a worse position than we've ever been under since Fergie's retired. You're going to have Cavani leaving, and these are the certain ones, in my opinion. I won't get into Ronaldo and others, but Donnie will be leaving, Martial will be leaving, Lingard will be leaving, Cavani will be leaving, Mata will be leaving, Matic will be leaving, Phil Jones will be leaving. And who's coming in? I mean, the Glazers
I like Donnie as well.
And you've got Harry Maguire sat in background. I'm not fucking leaving.
Harry, the thing is with Maguire, he knows he's staying there because the politics at the club. Basically, the way the Glazers will look at it, they'll be thinking, "Hang on a minute, we spent 80 million on him. We can't let him go for half the price." And then we're stuck with him. I said I don't care about any transfers in the window as long as we transfer the captaincy.
That's the best comment I've seen all day. We will beat Watford. Not that we have to, but we will beat Watford. I bloody hope we do because they're without Emmanuel Dennis.
I love it if we beat them.
Emmanuel Dennis is banned. Josh Brownhill for us is banned for the game, so
that's a win.
Looks like we're going to have to go Jack Cork and Ashley Westwood in the centre. However, yeah, it's a massive game, massive must-win game, and fingers crossed, as I say, that we do get the 3 points. I mean, it's coming up towards 20 minutes till the window shuts. Obviously, there is going to be some deals that pretty much don't make it as yet. Obviously, if the paperwork's already been handed in, there's a chance that they will get confirmed after the 11 p.m. deadline. But as long as the papers are in, then they will be confirmed. If not, then you lose. You suck. You're going down. Fuck you. But it is what it is.
Oh, come on, Newport. Please, Newport. Christ.
What do you want a new port for?
I can't believe you're getting rid of Donnie. All his brothers are ill, and you're getting rid of him. But I did like it when he sang "Puppy Love." I really thought he was really. That was one of my favourite songs. Down by the Lazy River when he was with his brothers. That was a bit of a good song. That was.
See, I like Sugar Osmonds as well.
Do you?
Someone's just signed for Bordeaux. I can't pronounce it, so I'm not even going to give it a go. But Romano's just tweeted that.
David Goodwillie has signed for Wraith Rovers, former Blackburn
You'd change
player.
your name, wouldn't you? You really
would change your name, yeah.
Yeah.
Although he's got that one in club, hasn't he? So what's your name? David Goodwillie. Not just by name, but also by nature.
Should change it to... No.
In fact, I actually saw a video online earlier of a bloke in America. This woman commentator says to him, "So what's your name? And tell us what you do for a living." And basically, he had one shot at trying to shoot this basketball into net, into hoop. Sorry, and he goes, "Yeah, so I work in maintenance or something like that." He says, "All my friends call me Robbie, but you can call me anytime." Just shoots off to the side, bounces ball up floor, hits it from range. It bounces in. He just turns to him and goes, "Yeah." I just thought, what a win! You'd have looked a knob if you didn't get it in.
I've heard that one before. What's your name? Some people call me Robbie. You could just call me anytime.
I thought it was quite witty. I've not heard that one.
Yeah, it's just come up there. David Goodwillie moves on.
Goodwillie moves on.
Man City signed Alvarez as well earlier on. It's a big signing.
He's a loan back to River Plate though, hasn't he?
The next Aguero.
They think that he'll because obviously it's until the summer, but they think it'll be extended until the next winter deadline as well. Yeah,
because Argentina season is weird, isn't it? It goes from like January to December, don't it?
Christopher.
Oh.
He can't help yourself. He can't help himself. The filthy old bugger. You keep him on a show for over an hour, and that's it. His mind wanders.
Well, presuming I've got unwind.
What are you watching?
It's a clip from is it from a Monty Python sketch?
Well, no, that's from the Weakest Link.
All right. Well, we can't make it out.
This one. that was a clip from Dan's Hot Chip Challenge video.
It freaking wasn't. It definitely wasn't.
I'm sorry, but you're on camera and you're going like this, going like, oh, and you can just imagine if the camera was to pan away, Kate on her knees between your legs. Oh, yeah, I'm there. I'm nearly there. Whoa.
It's a bit hot in here, isn't it?
I know. Look at that. Woo.
Oh dear.
Oh goodness.
So I'll come to you both. First question, Chris. I'll come to you first. Signing of this winter window for you.
Eriksen to Brentford.
And your reasons for that are?
You asked me for someone, I named it. Fucking, you want me to tell you what? When you've asked me the question, I give you an answer. Be fully satisfied, will you? No, I mean, I'm really, really happy for him. And I really hope it works out. I do get worried the fact that one country says he can't play and another country says he does. And I hope that, Brentford look after him. And I'm sure they will, or what have you. I'm sorry. That was...
Ribena, if you know.
And I just think I say I'm just pleased to see him back on the pitch, and I think he's gone to Brentford. That will G them up. I mean, they had a good start. They've been off form a little bit recently, but that will G them back up again.
No, fair shout. Mark, who would you go for in this window?
First of all, I'll just say the sentimental aspect of Eriksen. It's great to see him playing football again. Like Chris said, after what he went through in the summer, so it's great on a sort of thing for him to be back playing football. But signing of the window.
Tough one, isn't it?
I'm between two. The first one is Van Der Beek to Everton as an option, and the second one is Coutinho to Villa. Coutinho, I think.
You go for Coutinho to Villa.
Yeah, I think what he brings to Villa. He's a baller, isn't he? People saying there's not many sort of ballers playing anymore. Someone who wants to receive the ball and play these fancy passes or play an intricate pass and then receive it again. We saw his goal against Man United, and the goal that he set up as well. It was basically vintage Coutinho, wasn't it? It was Coutinho from at Liverpool getting in the right place at the right time, setting passes up. I mean, the pass that he gave Ramsey for Ramsey's goal against Man United, didn't even look because he knew exactly where Ramsey was going to be. He receives the ball quickly around the corner. There you are, pal. Because he just knows when he receives the ball. I've said this about only a few players. There's few players in world football that when they just know the pitch around them. When he gets the ball, before that ball's even got to his foot, he's like, right, it's going 5 yards to the left, and he'll just nip it round the corner. And he's so technically gifted, and he's going to work wonders under Gerrard.
No, fair shout. Obviously, breaking news just coming in now as well that Dan Burn has completed his £13 million move from Brighton to Newcastle. That is the way the fee was mentioned, but it's now saying it is undisclosed. But yeah, the 29-year-old centre-back arrives at his boyhood club after signing a 2.5-year contract, and he becomes Eddie Howe's fifth acquisition of the January transfer window.
I'll tell you what, what's his name? Gabriel Jesus will join his boyhood club, Newcastle, next season as well. That's what they're all going to say. I've dreamt of playing for Newcastle. No, you haven't.
Do you not think, though, that you can sometimes make too many signings?
Yes.
I mean, he's got
Fulham
5...
did, didn't they? When Fulham came up, they spent 100 million.
It's ridiculous because that's half a team.
Well, yeah, they bought 14
he's
players.
He's all this money out, and I'm not saying he doesn't need to. He does need to because they're shit. But, it's true, though. Otherwise they wouldn't be where they are.
Boom, baby,
and
boom. Oh,
the fact he's gone out and bought 5 players, which is half, apart from the goalkeeper, it's half your outfield team. And they're not just going to all gel together like that. Sometimes it's bad enough putting 1 or 2 in and them getting used to the teammates.
Yeah, it's strange because, as you said, sometimes what's that old saying? Too many cooks spoil the broth.
I believe it is, young man.
And too many people have gone into Newcastle and they're expecting it to change. As you said as well, Sean Dyche said he doesn't have favourite players. However, Kieran Trippier and him were always like that. And Trippier even said, and he's come out recently and said that when I signed for Newcastle, Sean Dyche said, I understand what you're doing for the sake of your career, but I'm not fucking happy.
Breaking news, Dan.
Go on.
We mentioned this team earlier, Bournemouth. They've just released something that they're linked to Todd Cantwell from Norwich.
Yeah, I heard that the other day. Yeah.
I don't understand why the other teams in the Premier League haven't gone sniffing around with that. That bottom end of the table.
Because on Sky Sports, it's just said
we were linked with him again. We've been linked with him, but I think he's not had as good a season this time they came up as last time when they came up.
Oh, last time he was their player of the year by our country mile.
That's the thing with signings like that. You don't want it to be a Michu at Swansea. You don't want it to be an Amiyazaki from Wigan. These one-season wonders that don't seem to hit the hearts after that. But Yeah,
he's done deal.
Yeah, he's joined now. It's been confirmed. He's joined Bournemouth on loan for the rest of the season.
Bournemouth, man.
Bournemouth have had a cracking window.
Yeah.
But again, it's similar to what we said at Newcastle. This could completely derail him if they try throwing them all in.
Yeah.
Clinton Morrison's come out and said to Sky Sports, could Arsenal live to regret selling Aubameyang? He said they could do, but Mikel Arteta has said to stay strong. He's made that call. He didn't want to have Aubameyang there, and that their relationship had broke down.
Fair play to
He does think that he'll score goals at Barcelona, which I think he will. But it's just
a league, isn't it?
Yeah.
Carlos Braithwaite scored goals there.
You know who you need though? You need Autoglass. Well, no, you just said there was somebody had got a crack in the window.
Oh God, is it done? Aubameyang to Barcelona, or is it?
Oh, David S. Hello, Dan, Chris. Sub to your channel recently, Dan, so I'm making sure you treat our Chris right. Don't worry, I'm here. I'm not just somebody that does YouTube content. I do also have a pin badge upstairs for Help the Aged, and that's why I'm looking after him. So don't worry about it. Yeah, see, as you can see there, David, he can still use a loofah on his back, so his mobility is absolutely spot on.
Goes further down than my back, mate, I'll tell you.
It's when he drops the soap on purpose I start getting worried.
Thing is, David, what you don't realise is that I don't actually want to come on here. I have to. You know, it's what the court's ordered. I have to do so much charity work every week. You know, and this is my charity work.
Oh, he says, and he's meant to be appearing tomorrow. However, Chris, I know we said about tomorrow's show. I need to talk to you about that anyway, because there's been a change of plan due to something to do in the family. So I have to change it, but I will talk to you about that after.
I just got proper scared, by the way. There's a fake account which I've literally just got. I thought that was true, but when I clicked on it, it's one of those rubbish accounts.
Yeah. Someone's managed to get a blue tick, but they've changed the name.
I was just about to say Arsenal have got their replacement.
Mella, how are you?
It's a Man United fan last week, Mella.
Obviously, how happy? I'm not happy at all. I mean, I've got to have some level of being happiness because obviously we've replaced Chris Wood. However, it is worrying. You know, you've strengthened with four more players in this window. I mean, how do you feel about it? Do you feel a lot more confident? That'll sort that itch right out, won't it, Chris? And because there's not there apart from flabby skin, because you're like a Ken doll. I mean, it'll clear some of that fluff out that belly button.
Oh goodness!
When was the last time you saw yours, Dan?
On way out of my mother.
Yeah, is it? But if I'd have been there, I'd have pushed you back. Like an oven-ready turkey. He's not ready yet. Push him back. Oh, he's ginger. Push him back. No.
See, that's funny because my dad actually said that. He said, "Oh, it's ginger."
Yeah. And he wasn't.
However, me and my dad don't get on, so that's a situation for another day. Miller says, "I see. Nice to see the banter. To be fair, you two work well together.
Yeah, that's David.
Enjoy it when you come on Leicester Till I Die channel. Hope the best for your Burnley as the season progresses."
Don't say that, David. I have to have him on again. Bloody hell. I tell you, it's like Nippon. You know, he comes like, "Can I come on? Can I come on? Can I come on?"
You lying little shit. Screaming for me to come on. I miss you.
That was David.
Can I come on?
Yeah,
can I come on? Show me video.
Chris is messaging me every morning like, my views have dropped by 20%. Any chance you can come on to put the views up? I need some Lancashire Totty coming on. That's however, Miller says, good window. Last time I checked, we were linked with Dean Henderson. What has happened? Yeah.
He's being forced to stay.
Yeah, I think everyone's been forced to stay at Man United in this window. Which is that's another strange one. What are you showing now?
Are you free at 9 to come on and talk about Leicester's transfer window?
Yeah, that's me asking you to come on my channel, Chris. That's where you should feel honoured.
You're always asking, mate. You're always asking. You know, it's like
fucking showed up though, didn't you? You showed up though, didn't you? You didn't have to.
Literally, because I got now better to do. It was either this or pick fluff out my belly button.
And you've done both. What a cracking deadline day you've had.
Yeah. At least I don't nod off in the afternoon.
Well, that's only because of flaming Burnley's transfer flaming window.
I just wake up in the afternoon.
This was his yesterday. That was his one where he sent me a message and he was topless when I came. Ha ha! Like Alan Partridge then. Ha ha! Fancy a video chat? Yeah, okay, come on. You know, he doesn't even pay me the 89p a minute, and he comes on and does this video chat, and he's the fucking topless one.
It could be worse, people. It could be worse. Just think, it could be Chris with no top on.
That's true. That is true.
I mean, some people might find that a bit of a turn on. Yep. Some people in the chat might find that a bit of a turn on.
The fuller man, you know, some women go for the fuller man.
Exactly. The dad bod, Christopher.
Yes. I've got veranda above the. I tell you, I've got a veranda above the toy shop. As Peter Kay once said.
You got a 2-bedroom flat above it.
Mike's still in his prison cell there. Look.
Yeah. He's hanging off end at bed. One of his arms is cuffed to the side of it. That's what it is. I think Max Kilman from Wolves should replace me. I think
Carvalho might not happen. There's a delay.
To be fair, Mella, Max Kilman, I think anybody in the 92 clubs in England is going to be better in that England setup than Tyrone Mings. I do not rate Tyrone Mings at all.
He speaks very highly of you.
I know he does. He calls me a shithouse. Daniel Shithouse is what he calls me.
We all do when you're not here, mate.
They said the thing that's holding it up is the loan back. That's what's holding it up. So the actual buying of him is done. Just the loaning back to Fulham. I don't see why that should be a separate deal.
Yeah, so basically it's something to do with the fact that he's out of contract in the summer, isn't it? So if anything, it'd have to go through a transfer tribunal in the summer.
Yeah, so he officially won't be a Liverpool player. Because it would have to be he stays at Fulham to the end of the season, and then it goes through a tribunal, and then he's a Liverpool player.
Interesting.
This is on mute.
Interesting.
Islam Slimani has just signed a contract with Sporting Lisbon, one of Leicester's best ever strikers.
He was all right. It was the manager.
And there we have it. We have hit it. We have hit 11 p.m., which means the transfer window is now.
Happy New Year.
You can tell who's not got a job at the moment, can't you?
Happy New Year.
You definitely can. The transfer window is closed. As I said, there is still deals that will be going through at the moment. If the paperwork has been handed in, it's just a case of crossing the I's and dotting the T's, and them can be done. However, the ones that are probably worth shouting about, the Dele Alli one hasn't really been confirmed fully yet, has it?
Aubameyang.
Aubameyang to Barca. No, I think that one's been confirmed.
Not officially from either club yet. Cavalier as well. Dan Burn's buzzing to be back at Newcastle. Yeah, of course you are, mate. You're buzzing for the bloody wage
I've got
check.
some breaking news.
Oh, God.
Oh, there we go. Come on.
Sunday at 4:00, Nottingham Forest host Leicester City in the next round of the Cup. That's the FA Cup, Dan. You're not in it, so you wouldn't know.
Yeah.
And I'm doing a watch-along with ex-player Steve Lynex.
Oh, a watch-along with him?
A watch-along with him, yes.
Is this the Christopher that says I don't like watch-alongs?
Yes. But this is also the Christopher that saw how many views you got on your last one.
Fair play. I'll give you that one.
Oh, that's tickled.
I'll give you that one. Everybody else calls it the FA Cup. Burnley just call it a FA Cup.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Was that Maisie?
Get
Sounded
down.
like her.
I told you before, get down. And wipe your mouth. Wipe your mouth, please.
You've tweeted.
You won't leave me? Yeah, I taste that, love.
I hate Newport.
We all do, mate. Welcome to the club.
This is what we waited for. The show goes on. They waited just to see that Tom Telford's staying. Wow.
Ooh, heaven is a place on earth.
Tom Telford, he's the best on earth. Yeah, what a tune.
He's a decent player, though. David says, I could not stand Mings, to be honest. Spends all game chewing gum to appear relaxed and in charge. He isn't useless, but not too far off it, though. Yeah, I don't rate Tyrone Mings at all.
I'd have him.
What, at Leicester?
I'd have anybody if we get rid of Vestergaard.
I'm just clarifying whether you mean
at
Leicester or like led next to you on a Friday night.
What's that say?
I'm trying to work out whether you'd want Mings in a Leicester shirt or whether you want him topless in your bed on a Friday night.
Who topless in my bed?
Tyrone Mings.
You've lost me there. Why would I want Tyrone Mings topless in my bed?
You went, I'd like him, and I said, what, at Leicester? And you went, I'd like him, I'd have him. So I'm saying, what? At home in your bed or at Leicester?
Explain, I don't get it.
It's all right, Chris. It's all right. There is help out there, people. I will edit it. I will put in the dementia line in the description of the chat.
Well, it's usually the Coke line, isn't it?
As I said, people, I will put the thing in the description for the dementia. I don't know whether I told you, but I will put the dementia thing in the description.
What are you putting in the description?
I'm sorry, sir. There's been a cock up with your prescription.
Honestly, it's the last time I bloody come on a show with Nippon and Luca, I tell you.
Oh, who's who?
Leave that for you to work out.
All right, it says here the deals we are waiting for: Aubameyang to Barcelona, Ali to Everton, Cavalier to Liverpool, which could still get done due to potential paperwork already being sealed.
Clubs can still complete signings after 11 o'clock GMT.
All right.
That's a TV program, isn't it?
GMT.
Oh, yeah. As long as they have submitted the paperwork.
Unless there's a Turkey version, Good Morning Turkey or Good Morning Tanzania.
Oh,
Thailand.
Palace have made a signing.
Good morning, Thailand.
Palace have signed
Thailand.
Palace have signed Luke Plange. He returns to... That's Plange. He obviously has signed on from Derby, but he has gone back to Derby on loan for the rest of the season. So yeah, that's
another name you change, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've heard they've already got the chant ready.
Yes.
Get stuck in, you fanny.
Oh, I can't believe you just went there.
Oh, I did.
Oh.
This is where Pete, ladies and gentlemen, this is where Twitter ends up full of, because the Premier League have just tweeted a blank transfer deadline day deal sheet. This is where people just copy it, write in random players that they're not going to sign, a bit like Mark tapping like Messi to Newport. This is something like.
It's not unrealistic.
Carlos, what's he called, to a bloody pub team? You never know.
Well, you never know. You never know. He's playing for a Sunday League team as well, isn't he? So,
but he'd sooner go to Newport than Burnley.
Oh, I'll take that.
Yeah. And it's just been confirmed that the Dele Alli deal has now been done. The deal sheet is with the Premier League for Dele Alli to complete his move on a permanent deal, and he'll become Frank Lampard's second signing of the window.
It doesn't say how much, does it?
No. I'm not sure. I don't think I've even seen any price that's been quoted, to be fair, either.
I've seen someone say 40 million, but that's got to be a joke.
That's got to be wrong,
yeah.
Oh,
But I always wonder, like, Dele Alli's, it's so shit at Tottenham, why Everton think he's going to be absolutely brilliant for them.
The thing were, though, he hit the ground running when he signed for Spurs from MK Dons. It were decent. He sort of came in and he sort of hit the ground running, and then he sort of just dropped off and gone back to that MK Don level. Here we go. Any Burnley fans still watching, hold your horses. This one may still come off. West Brom have tonight parted ways with midfielder Robert Snodgrass by mutual agreement. Burnley need a winger. Apparently, we went in for Snodgrass about 4 years ago. We did the same with Dale Stevens. We brought him in 4 years later. So expect to see Rob Snodgrass back in claret and blue.
He wouldn't come into you now.
Nah. I don't. I wouldn't want him either. But as you say, it is a difficult market. Is January, but not this year. As I say, not this year. There has been quite a lot of business done. Newcastle will turn from bystanders to big players with their new financial muscle. Slippy G was reunited with Felipe C. And Everton backed Benitez and then backed him and sacked him. And now Lampard's come in today on deadline day and brought in Dele and Donny. Liverpool have scuppered Spurs to sign in Diaz. And Rangers have signed Aaron Ramsey. Lingard was told you can go by Ralph. And then them above Ralph said, I don't think so. Kid, sit down, you're going nowhere. Burnley saw one big striker and brought in an even bigger one and then did nothing else. And Aubameyang embraced his inner Odom winger and booked himself a flight to Spain. And to be fair, for him, it wasn't a wasted journey. So we'll see how that one pans out. But as you say, and I think as you said, Chris, as well, the main one really of the window is the man who nearly lost his life on a football pitch in the summer. And he's now back in the Premier League. So, yeah, a big welcome back to Christian Eriksen.
It's only a 6-month deal, isn't it?
Yeah, but then I think they've got an option to extend it by a year as well if it pans out.
Oh, okay. Oh,
that's not too
Here
bad.
we go.
But, yeah, that's the January window. That's over with. We can get back focused to some football. We don't have to.
I bet Dan,
my sex life, that is.
I bet Dan's
all the fucking build up and nothing at the end.
Keep me out of it.
Jeez, are you getting a tab?
You weren't in it, mate. Believe you me, you weren't in it. He's gone a little bit lightheaded there.
Oh, that's a good brew, that, Kate. You've done well.
So teabag, isn't it?
Well, he likes teabagging, Kate, apparently. She likes a bit of teabagging. What we don't see is the fact that, yeah, she's doing all this for him, but she's actually dressed in a French maid's outfit. That's why Dan's always sat there with a smile on his face.
There's a reason she doesn't come on camera, and that's because she's dressed more like Dobby from Harry Potter than a French maid.
One day she'll make a mistake and bring her head up too soon.
She did make a mistake. She said yes to marrying me at one point.
Yeah, but you're not married.
Not yet.
No.
Not yet.
Don't do it, Kate. Don't do it.
I can see her
Ginger.
fingers tapping.
You really
She's
want
tapping. She's tapping. Some more news coming out as well. Lewis Wing has been recalled from his loan spell at Sheffield Wednesday to enable him to make a permanent switch to Wycombe Wanderers.
Oh.
He was good.
Super news. Super news.
Oh, I can't remember who he was really good at a few years ago, but yeah, his career's just tailed off. Rotherham.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think you're right.
On this day in 2019, we signed Yuri Tillemans.
Oh, breaking news from Romano. Problems from Fabio Carvalho deal. Medical was completed before deadline, but paperwork and contracts not. So deal in real danger between Liverpool and Fulham.
Yeah, but Liverpool, it'll go through.
Yeah. And plus, don't they have isn't there like a 2-hour extension sheet or something that they can put in?
Oh, of course Liverpool would have
Not
it.
That 14-second sheet that we didn't fill in time, is it? Not that I'm bitter. Let it go.
I'll tell you what, bitter is nice, isn't it? Beautiful.
No, I don't like bitter.
Bitter, cider, ale or stout. Designer drinks. I'd rather drink now.
Isn't that the name of your striker? It's Wout, isn't it?
Yeah, wow. Chris says, well, that was a hectic hour for us, 4 signings in an hour.
Still none from Newport. Wasted.
And then we got an experienced striker in, an ex-Carlisle player, so now I'm happy.
Now it's an experienced striker. Before, it was a striker who's not good at scoring goals. How we change, Chris, now the window's over.
Good to see Eriksen back.
Yeah.
Jags says Crystal Palace have completed the signing of Luke from Derby. Fair play to that. Kate says he's not lying. I do look like Dobby, so you can swap me in a maid's outfit or whatever it is you said out your head. And Daniel is only smiling because with you, Chris, it's a bromance. Mr. Lover Babe, Shabba.
I've actually got Daniel written underneath on this.
See, that's where there's contrast of opinions. You've got a picture of me outside your bedside table. Mark's got a picture of me pinned to his dartboard and likes to throw it at it every single time.
No, Dan's got one in his bedroom ceiling so they can always look at you.
Oh, God.
It's all a mirror, and then I've stuck a sticker on, so when I lie down, it looks like you're cuddling me. And sometimes I even go like with my shoulder, so it looks like I'm cuddling just that little bit closer.
I take what I back.
This is getting a bit scary now.
Transfer of the window. Kiefer Moore leaving Cardiff.
Who?
Cardiff, they're this irrelevant team in Wales. Don't worry about it.
I'm going to say, yeah.
They will know how to knock Leicester out the FA Cup. Don't worry.
And the Oba deal has been done.
It's done.
The Oba deal is done. He's passed his medical, and he'll probably be announced in the coming days in front of a crowd.
It's over and out, is it? It's over and out.
Over and out.
Obama who?
When they did his medical, did they have to check his aubergines? No, Chris weren't having that one. There we are. Breaking news. Carvalho deal off.
Oh.
They've run out of time.
Liverpool.
Have that, Scousers.
Unlucky. Liverpool didn't get the deal done. They ran out of time. No deal sheets in the EFL, and the loan back being non-negotiable for Fulham means it didn't happen.
Where's your
Quite
Fabio
right
gone?
as well.
Where's your Fabio gone? Where's your Fabio
The thing is, for
gone?
Carvalho, this is better for Carvalho because, in a way, depending on he can now decide on what he wants come the summer if he doesn't agree a new deal with Fulham.
Yeah.
So it's totally up to him. However, Fulham will be losing quite a decent player. I think Fulham will be pissed off at the fact that they'll have lost out on a bit of coin for him as well, with his contract running out. So interesting there. As I say, there is going to be deals coming through last minute and stuff. But no, thank you guys for coming on, giving your input and stuff.
I think I've had no choice.
I know. Don't worry, Chris.
The
Don't
judge
worry.
makes me. I have to fill in. I've got a timesheet to fill in when I came on and when I leave.
Tell
I
us
just
that.
do so many hours community service.
Don't worry, pal, because you've only got 45 minutes, and then at midnight, that's it. It ends. Your community service ends at midnight, so don't worry.
They said I have to spend time with the less fortunate.
Looks
I
weird.
can't think of two more less fortunate people than you two.
Cheeky git.
There's always one. The missus has said, no wonder he's awake until 2 a.m. Clearly, Daniel's got a fetish that he can't get out of his head.
Can't
terms
get
of
you
what?
out of my head.
Oh, that's it. Chris, apparently I can't get you out of my head.
It's not your head I'm worried about being stuck in, mate.
I was going to say, please say it's the one on his shoulders. Thought that was a Ronaldo celebration for a second then.
I thought it was a Pogba one, but then again, he's never got anything to celebrate, has he?
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah, he has.
That is a
Leaving
good
Man
point.
United.
That's true.
No, thank you guys for coming in, giving your input as well and stuff. Chris, let us know where people can find you on your socials and things like that.
Usually here, if I'm honest with you, I'm here more often than not. I am on I did have the names up, but I noticed Dan's not showing them. So it was on Twitter at Leicester TID and on YouTube, Leicester Till I Die TV.
Happy days. And Mark, where can people find you? Obviously, you've hit that 2,320 now. I think you're at the 232K. So keep going and doing what you're doing. But where can people find your stuff to get that numbers bulked up again?
I can't take this seriously. Mike Green 2K20 on Twitter and Mike Green on YouTube. I would say cheers.
I don't know why I'm clapping like a pensioner from Wigan. Very good.
Fantastic, darling. But no, I would have done a video on any transfer, some sort of stuff, but literally nothing's happened. So there's nothing for me to do, really, just like Chris.
Yeah.
Nothing to do. But yeah, so check my channel out, Mike Green on YouTube, and I'm sure there'll be some sort of content soon. I still don't see why Chris doesn't see the point in darts, but,
That's just Chris. He doesn't see the point in a lot of things. However, as a Burnley fan, I don't really see many points on the board either. So, swings and roundabouts.
People in Blackburn can't spell point.
Exactly. Unless it's a finger pointing towards a horse's arse.
I'm glad you said that before I would have said something else, but yeah, we'll go with horse.
Yeah, we'll go with the horse. No, thank you guys for coming on. It's been emotional. But no, obviously it's nice to have your input.
It's been a pleasure for you.
It has. Honestly, I'll sleep tonight.
It's like 3 generations here, isn't it? Granddad, dad, and son. What a dysfunctional fucking family this is.
We should make a
Matt's
podcast.
going to have to go soon anyway because he only gets a certain amount of time in prison to speak to family, and then he has to go. He has to put the phone down. They up at shut and got, right, lights out, Michael. Bang.
Lights out, bend over.
But I'm just trying to check Newport's transfers.
Yeah, that's what you call it, is it? Bend over, and here's your new cellmate, Phil McCavity.
No words.
Oh no! Honestly, guys, thank you everybody in the comments for your input and stuff. Thank you for obviously staying with us and watching. If you have been, it really does mean a lot having you in.
I'll tell you one thing I am looking forward to: watching the Arsenal fans now. Beautiful. Oh, but we're a big club.
They're gonna struggle. They're going to struggle now. They're literally hoping on Lacazette or Eddie Nketiah becoming a wonder kid overnight in terms of just firing on all cylinders, and it's not going to happen.
They've got the best manager there, haven't they?
Yeah, true. We'll wrap it up. Thank you guys again. Obviously, please do go and support Mark's channel. Please do go and support Chris's channel as well. They're both absolutely cracking. But again, guys, thank you for coming on, and it really does mean a lot.
Are these yours?
There's always one, isn't there? There's always one.
I need
the Jaws music, don't I? Do 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 do.
You'd think we were back at nursery, wouldn't you?
You love it.
Don't worry, Dan. We're looking after the young one.
It's like three Peter Pans at different stages of his life.
So like three Doctor Who's. Not sure which one's Jodie, what's she called, but
or does that mean Max the retardis? Hold on though, what does that make you? Because you said you're Dalek from the bottom, aren't you?
I'm Stavros.
Yeah, flatly.
Yeah, you don't know me. My legs are going like mad under here.
Gonna wheel away in a minute.
It's anywhere I get the electricity going, a bit of river dancing underneath the desk. So if you do see the desk wobbling at all, believe me, it is the river dance.
Glad you said river dance.
If I river dance, it's usually because the water's trickling out here. No, I'll say no more. I'll say no more. No, obviously, I'll drop you out and then I'll obviously end it. But no, thank you guys for coming in. Really does mean a lot, and hopefully, get you on again soon, and we'll have a chat about all things football. Because we are playing each other soon, Mark, Burnley Man United. So we'll get you on to chat all things that for a match preview if you're up for that.
Yeah, I think you've already played Leicester twice, haven't you?
No, they called it off Burnley because they didn't have enough bloody players.
Yeah, we did. We did.
Any good?
We still don't have any players because we haven't fucking strengthened. So
have we got you next week, Dan, or the week after?
Not next week.
We're in the cup, aren't we?
Midweek. We're playing Watford this weekend in a Premier League fixture for now.
We got an FA Cup game.
Come on, Watford.
And then obviously we play you midweek, so at the turf under the lights will be interesting. But Mark, thanks for coming on, and I will catch you very, very soon.
Evening, morning, nearly. Right. What was that, Sergeant? You want me to get out of the cell? All right. Cheers. Thanks for getting me on.
Shower time, Mark. See you later.
Walked into that. Not the shower.
That's what you say every time. Oh, what's that? I should look where I'm reversing. Oh,
this is a different soap. I've not used this one before.
No, well, soap on a rope. You know what I mean?
You just see it, guy. Everyone's left, and Mark stood there thinking he's doing taekwondo like this with soap under arms. And... fun time.
What's that film? Something about Mary.
Don't have to laugh at the soap.
That'd be Mike with the hair. Oh, conditioner. Nigel, at least he's got hair to do it in. You got to give him
Yeah, that's true. He's got one thing more than what we've got.
Yes.
But
Have
that's
you got 3
it.
balls? He said, "You've got one more than we have." I said, "Have you got 3 balls?" But you walked funny.
Wondering why I'm always lopsided.
That is it.
Let's explain why you sport Newport.
Oh, I need to. You've reminded me. I need to order a Chinese from my local, one hung low.
Did you ring the wrong number?
Hey.
Oh, goodness me.
It's been entertaining. It's been fun. As I said, Mike, I will speak to you in the coming days and we'll get something sorted. But thanks for tuning in. And as I say, people go and check out Mark's channel.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Cheers,
Bye,
pal.
Chris.
Goodbye, son. No, grandson.
So, Chris, there it's been an interesting window.
Not for you, it has. It has been fucking boring for me.
For us too, it's been a little bit shit.
Yes.
Mark's team is a bit like where he is in prison. People have been held to ransom.
Honestly, I've got more excited watching Watford than have this window.
Wow, that says something. That definitely says something. No, thanks for coming on, Chris. Really does mean a lot. Again, you know, people, please do go and show Chris some support. It really does do a lot of work. Yeah, sports bras aren't cutting it anymore, so please do.
Thank you for your support. I will always wear it.
Please donate £2 a month so this man can wear another sports bra. But no, it's been an absolute blast, Chris, and as I say, I'm sure we'll be speaking again very, very soon.
More than likely, about 5 minutes probably.
No worries. Cheers for coming on.
Take care, bud.
You too. So, guys, there you have it. The end of deadline day. A couple of deals probably will still go through, which we'll find out about in the morning. However, it's been an interesting evening, and I'm glad I had 2 guys that I can always count on putting a smile on everybody's face, not just mine. But as I say, the window is shut. That is it for this season in terms of transfers. Let's see how teams get on. It's going to be interesting, especially from a Burnley perspective. Let's see what happens for the second half of this season. I'll be back soon with another show. You can catch me on Chris's show on Wednesday, actually, for an FA Cup predictions. And then Chris will be coming back to us on Friday. Would you believe? Because his court order says so. So he has to come back to us on Friday, and he'll be doing an FA Cup prediction show on our channel as well. So if you don't go and subscribe to Chris, then you'll probably hear his predictions on here anyway. So it is what it is. Anyway, thank you very much. If you haven't subscribed, please do check us out on all social media. We are on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube, and you can catch us on podcast platforms like Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Spotify. But that is it from me. Thank you very much for your comments. I mean, I can see 2 comments in already, and I know exactly what it's going to be. And I'm sure because I saw Chris sending one. Both, of course it is. And he says, "Ooh, free the Leicester." I mean, if that's what you want to do, that's what you're to do. I will free you up at some point, Chris. Don't worry. However, thank you guys for watching. It's been an absolute blast having you. You've stuck by me as well and got your comments in. But do come back. It's been an absolute blast. Thank you, and we will see you again very soon.